Friends, I'm Tom Ballard, and I'm one of the pastors at Fountain City United Methodist Church. Today is Sunday, March 15, 2020. It's a rather unprecedented day for our generation because we are dealing with a pandemic called coronavirus. But I want us to know and to remember things that you are probably already very much aware of, and that is, even though we are in an empty sanctuary, that the church is more than a building. The church is a people. There's a song whose lyrics go, "The church is not a building, the church is not a steeple, the church is not a resting place, the church is a people." And so today we have an opportunity to be the people of God out in the world. Worship is not just something that we do in a building. Worship is a lifestyle. And today I want to offer maybe some practical ways that we can be people of worship. In a few minutes, when I leave this place, I'm going to go down to our local blood bank and donate a pint of blood, because I know that our blood supplies in our hospitals are running low. And so there's something that we can respond to. I hope that you might consider filling a flood bucket, or what we now call a cleaning bucket, or prepare a hygiene kit for our neighbors in Middle Tennessee that are trying to recover from the tornadoes of just a few days ago. Maybe if you're out shopping in a grocery store, you could gather a few cans of food items, because it is during this time of year that we are collecting cans of food. We call it Canning for Christ. And these cans of food will be donated to our local food bank here in Fountain City. There's so many ways that we can be people of worship. But here's something that I think is a lesson for us during this unprecedented time. We are being brought together to respond to a worldwide pandemic. I do not believe that God has brought this pandemic upon the world. But what I do believe is that God has given us the capacity to respond as a church and to respond as the human race. And so today, and in the short days ahead, we will be united. We probably won't hear words like traditional and progressive and centrist. What we will hear is that we are one and that we are responding together. In the 13th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus tells one of his most brief parables. It's about a merchant in search of a fine pearl. And when he finds that pearl of great price, he goes and sells everything else that he has and buys that pearl. I believe that perhaps in this experience we are learning something very valuable. Could we call it the pearl of great price? Maybe in this context we could. If we miss it, we may lose something very valuable. Jesus said, "Let those with ears to hear listen." I believe that there's a valuable lesson for us here as we respond to this worldwide crisis. We can be people of one voice, one mind, one spirit, as we join the heart of God in reaching out to a world that is very anxious. May God help us to hear God's voice in this moment and learn a valuable lesson that may be the equivalent of the pearl of great price. May God bless you. May God bless us all as we seek to be the church. Amen.